Mic is plugged in. I gotta make sure. No Bluetooth. You know what I'm saying? No Bluetooth distractions. No unnecessary connections to headphones that are on or available at the moment. Your boy freshened up, man. Took a lot of time to just freshen up. Get right. Just getting right. Spilling coffee over here. Hopefully none of it's on the. I think I'm good actually. I hate these. I understand we're all doing compost now, but it's funny because majority of the time that shit's gonna go in the garbage can anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it's like in your city. I'm in a very eco-friendly city, so we use a lot of this eco-friendly shit, compost stuff, and I'm not against it. I'm not against it actually. I'm actually for it. But it's like, let's say you got hot coffee in a compostable cup and a compostable lid. The shit just be spilling all over the place. They don't really have the actual lock-in technology like down right. If anything, it's like melting certain things and like the coffee is seeping through. Like I don't know how to explain it. And I'm wearing like light colors today, so it's kind of like that's on me. That side is on me, but it just messes me up a little bit, you know. But yeah, man. Um, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do like this. Time to play Guess Where James is today, and you know where I'm at, man. I'm in Alaska. You know, I'm over here in what do you call this? Bethel, Alaska. I'm in Bethel, Alaska, where soon, soon it'll be 24 hours of darkness. You know, 24 hours of darkness. Let me see if I could do. Millen, I'm gonna see if I can do these little settings. Let's see if I can do. I wanted to see if I could do like subscriber mode only. You know, but how you, Millen? How you been? You missed, bro. You missed out yesterday, man. We did an impromptu tournament of prizes. You could have just whooped everyone's ass. It could have been you, man. But no, top three was it was June, Gameblade, and Cat. I think that was the top three. But yeah, you could have been there, man. Let me check on how do I do this while I'm here. How do I do this, man? There's got to be a way. I think I was supposed to do it in the early settings, but that's okay. I might do a Q&A. Let's see. Just like, what's your favorite type of weather? Just something simple. Type of weather. Keeping it real simple because I like it. I do like the crispy fall. I will say that. I do like the crispy fall weather. Yep, there it is. I was at the friend's house. Oh, my bad. Yeah, yeah. Didn't have my usual attack combos. Just a Metal Needle Buster and Whale Wave stock. You might have been able to win with that. You know, I mean, that's just me wishful thinking. That's just me with wishful thinking. But I feel that way sometimes. Like, I remember there was one tournament I was using soft launch on Buster, and I had two extremes with it. So I kept on trying it later on, especially at the Tacoma meetup. Actually, I think you're going there, but they had the Tacoma meetup at Sips, which is the vintage shop, and my soft launches were getting me extremes, and it was working. So June was talking to me about it yesterday. He was like, "Yeah, that one time that you what's it called? We're going easy on the guy," and I was like, "I don't think I was going easy. I was really trying." You know what I mean? Buster is a self defense too. That you know what? That is the perfect shape for that. That I would almost argue. What's another spiky one? Maybe dagger, but you'd have to throw it a certain way. Yeah, you'd have to like knuckleball it or something. Maybe drown dagger. Oh, that shit is still hot. Damn. Yeah, but yeah, metal needle in general. What's like the heaviest thing you can build on that? I think the heaviest blade combo. Just the heaviest ratchet, the heaviest blade, and then put metal needle on it. A straight up down smash, a wave you crack a skull with. Yeah, no, for sure. It's perfectly rounded and ridged. It's crazy how that works. Oh shit, I thought it was. Yeah, it's crazy. I've been hearing noises at the house, but it's like all the wind blowing has been blowing our fence door, but also like we've been getting visited by a lot of birds and squirrels, so they've been running along the fence, and I'm like, damn, they keep looking for food. We keep leaving food out for them, so they keep coming back. So I was like, I'm always forgetting to go outside and feed them. But I've been thinking about that lately, man. We've been having a lot of it's different now because we didn't have a windstorm in the past weekend, I guess. But man, that one week or that one weekend I was walking around and we just had branches everywhere, dude. I don't know if you were here when I was telling the story about I was leaving one of the campus areas, and that I set up and do the Wi-Fi stuff and recordings, and I was walking down the hill towards the bus, and there was a how do I explain it? Basically, this tree split in half from one of the stormy nights, split in half, and then it was leaning on this. It almost hit the house, but what was holding it up was excuse me, what was holding up was how do I explain this? Like the power lines. It was being held by the power lines. So the power lines that connected the house to the lines across the street, the tree fell on top of it, and yeah, that was crazy. Like the house almost got smashed by half of the tree if the thing wasn't in the way. What's going on, Mars? Mars says, "Guess who homesick?" Mars Melon is in the chat. I just told Melon he should have been there. He could have been winning some blades if necessary. But yeah, but no, he was living his life. You know, people gotta live. People got lives to live. I understand that. And the weather told me it was gonna be rainy today, and then here we are. Like ever since I woke up late. I'm at the house, and made breakfast, did everything, put some laundry before I left the house, grabbed coffee, all this. It's been beautiful today. I don't know how to explain it. And this is the weather I like. This crispy fall weather where like you still have a couple of like yellow and orange leaves up there, brown leaves up there on the trees, and then boom. Somehow you didn't get sick. That's a good thing though, right, Melon? That means you've been eating good, right? Means you got your vitamins in, which is good. Oh my bad. He missed the bitch fit. I mean, I think everyone kind of goes through some form of that. The whole thing, I was like, you're not pulling a caboose. And there's one other. I mean, I'm not even gonna say who it is, but there's one person who's very much like caboose, and they don't even realize it. It's not you, Mars, but it's funny when I find out. When I found out, because they seemed cool at first, and then when I realized they were kind of caboose like, I was like, oh shit, we have a second one. But they just don't bitch to that degree, which is fucking crazy. But anyways, good idea. Next week I should be host cheating enabled locals. That sounds fun, actually. Uh-oh. Corey, I'm gonna get you out of here, man. Corey, if you do some weird stuff like that, I don't know what's going on with this, bro. I'm gonna get you out of here. If you said another weird one, you said you've been eating Taco Bell and nothing. Taco Bell's probably been upping the what do you call this? What do you call this? Immune system to some degree. That volcano sauce, it's good for you. Corey, I know you're playing around, but like I said, if you just hit me with the if you keep playing around, I'm gonna have to get you out of here, man. You know. But hey, no, I appreciate you dropping in. Thank you for being here. Like nonetheless. But yeah, now we had a dude who was saying some weird stuff. I think it was like Saturday. I did like two live. No, I did like two simultaneous live streams, which is funny. And then yeah, Mars, you said you like the spiced cider weather. Okay, hold on. Does this count as spiced cider weather? It's bright outside. You have a couple clouds, but they're not giant walls of clouds. And then you have how do I explain this? Like the leaves are still yellow and brown, yellow, orange, brown. You know what I mean? So there's some trees where they pretty much lost everything. Actually, not really. We're not in the start or the dead of winter yet, so we're not really there. What are we talking about, Corey? Oh, Corey. Actually, anything. If you have anything on your mind you want to bring up, we could talk about that too. But you know, as long as it's respectful and stuff like that, you know, well, we can do that because I always just throw on the live chat just to kill time before I go live stream with like I'm at the live stream Digimon later, so I usually just hang out at the park, drink some coffee. Once the coffee starts cooling down, I'll start going, you know, like walk up towards the library or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of whatever. It's kind of open ended. I used to just do like kind of topics and stuff, but I kind of really don't care. I'm just throwing out little starter conversations. What's your favorite type of weather? Things like that. Who wants to hear about low orbs exploding anyways? How often does low orbit explode? And it's funny because I feel like me and the Mars and Kat were talking about it yesterday. How what is it? The damn Wizard Arc. Wizard Arc is like 2950. Is that right? Wizard Arc was like 2950 at Widjamaya, but then you could just find this shit for like 1015 at Target or like wherever. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's a 30 res, so maybe. Oh, really? I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. But I just wonder. I feel like the Hasbro low orb is just a little better because I have two low orbs and one of them actually I have two low orbs and I have two transpoints, and one of them I always find out the hard way which one performs the best. The Lord did okay yesterday, but not $30 good. That's what's crazy. I mean, I guess part of the $30 that you're spending is like you're getting a launcher. Like I guess you know if you want to get a launcher and a ripcord and stuff. Oh, Melon, you know they're selling left spin launchers at Wajimaya, and then they have the finger loop. What do you call this? The finger loop string or sorry ripcord. They have the finger loop strip. Oh my god, ripcord, but it's the length of like it's like an extended one. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like it's hella long for no reason, which is clutch. So they're trying to make that lefty shit impenetrable. Pause on that. Loops, I missed some. I know, right? Because I hate that, like, because like people always have to attach the nozzle slip grip kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hate doing that, but it's good. Like the nozzle, nozzle slip grip is good on like the winder. I mean, what am I saying? String launchers. God damn, tongue tied. I need coffee. There we go. Yeah, that shit was burning the tongue a while ago. Balls on that. White string. Mars got white string. That was pretty cool. I don't know if I have that one. I have the gold and the white and gold one from that one set. That's a fun one to have. Yeah, I like the loops. I prefer the loops. I think I can't remember who it was. Someone has a. I think it's Kess. Kess plays it where they put their thumb through the loop and then they just pull like sideways. That's the way that they play. But some people kind of just go like index or middle. You know what I mean? Pinch grip like a man. Yeah. It's funny because I don't know what those are called, like the extended ones that have the I don't know, like it the way it's shaped, it looks like you know the nozzle for the faucets outside. That's what those grips look like for that winder, like the long winders. That's basically what they're called, long winders. God damn, I'm drawing a blank. Long winders look like it kind of feels like you're sideways gripping. And pause on that. It's like the faucet outside. That's what it's like a little turn faucet that you have on the side of the house. I guess at the park too sometimes. Anyways, I do host next Sunday. Should I prize off Taco Bell? That's kind of crazy. Low key, I would get a Taco Bell gift card. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, Taco Bell gift card at You know, it's funny. I realized like where my local Taco Bells were at because sometimes I'll grab some after work, and I'm like, yeah, I forgot that this was here. It's like tucked away. I mean, I was always so used to going to the one in Soto, which I still like. There's that one, and then there's another one that's like kind of north. I forget exactly where it's at though. But Melon, you know, it's up to you, man. If you think you want to raffle off, or not raffle off, but if you want to Taco Bell prizes, if you want to do that, that'd be kind of cool. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I only put up 3 recordings from TTV yesterday. I might do like a little short, a mini short for it. That'd be fun. You know, like I literally have a 26-second, a 29-second, and a 6-second video, and then like a B-roll of some donuts. Yeah, Melon, you missed out on donuts, bro. Damn. Yeah, it was donuts. What else did we have going on? Yeah, that was it. It was just like donuts, and yeah, we just hung out a little bit. There was a card tournament that day. Proto, normal, dragon, long, in order of least to most teeth. Oh, I see, I see. Proto is like, it is probably the best one holding wise, I would say. Normal, yeah, normal is probably the normal loop one. Dragon. Is dragon the dragon shaped one? That makes sense. And then the long, just simple long one. I call that one the faucet one. Uh, First place, $30 gift card. Second place, random Beyblade. Third place, a hug from Mars. Mars, did you hear that? First place, $30 gift card. Second place, random Beyblade. Third place, a hug from Mars. Third place might be first place if we're being honest here. Mars says mini tourney. Yep. Yeah, we kind of did it impromptu because I didn't come back for a while, and then I showed up yesterday. I was like, damn, let me grab some donuts and shit. And then I went to go look at to see if they still have the shark scale. Because I was like, well, if they have shark scale, maybe we'll run a mini tournament. They didn't have it, but they had what did I grab? Samurai Caliber 670 merge, Scorpio Spear, I forget the ratchet on Zap, and then Triceratops M85 down spike. Those are the things. Adri, what's going on? You bring the scariest fursuit. Yeah, so first place gets the hug, or first or third place gets to hug the fursuit. And then Adri, what's going on? Are you at work right now? And then what was I gonna say? Second is a random Beyblade. I feel like the random Beyblade has to be Crimson Garuda. You know what's funny? I don't know who it was. It was either Left Spin Bays or somebody else. They put up a poll about like which blade doesn't get enough love, and it was like Crimson Garuda. Oh my god, what was it? Crimson Garuda, Phoenix Rudder, and it was like two other blades. But the thing about all the blades in that list was like, how do I explain this? It was like they all had different colorways. I was like, Crimson Garuda doesn't have an alternate colorway. It needs more love. It needs like a Yomiuri Giants. They need a Yomiuri Giants black and orange Crimson Garuda. That'd be crazy. Still debating on whether I get Clock or Caliber next. I think you should get Clock. And the reason why I say Clock is because Mars was showing me Clock Mirage yesterday. That thing was a beast. I was like, I understand now. Like, it seems scary because you're putting on those weird, you know what I mean, middle ratchets. Those middle ratchets, the 55s, the 45s, and shit like that. You know what I'm trying to say, like those weird shape ones, 55s and 85s. But it works. Clock, and it's like, yeah, Clock is like very, I don't know what the word is. God damn, I'm losing all the words here. Glock Mirage. That thing was crazy. That thing was strong, and it's like it's heavy. It's like naturally heavy. Like even if you had a light one, it would still be heavy. If that makes sense. Let's see. Caliber. I don't know. I haven't quite tested it, but I see the potential in it. It's pretty much spinning like a block. You're just spinning like a heavy block in there. How's it going? Sharky kept cooking. You talking about Shark Scale? Shark Scale is always good. Oh, oh, there's like two dogs, both off leash, but they're chilling. You know, I love bulldogs, man. That was my elementary, my high school. Mascots were bulldogs, so I've always loved bulldogs. I mean, I guess I love pit bulls more because those used to just run around the neighborhood. We used to have pit bulls run around the neighborhood randomly. You just see like random puppies and shit. It's like, oh, somebody was breeding and the litter just ran out, and then like the mom and dad would be chasing the fucking babies. That shit was funny as hell. Ricky Jones, what's up? Um, my 455 was staying on pretty well even against Shark. That's what's crazy, but I think it's something about the shape of Clock, and there's probably something I don't understand about the way it absorbs impact. It probably absorbs it really well against Shark, and I gotta think of another strong impact one. Did you go against any Scorpios or Busters? I gotta think about that a little bit. I don't give a damn as long as it's not destructive. Are you saying destructive as in self-destructive, or you want to actually destroy things? But yeah, I think Mirage is pretty good. The fact that Mirage can run 45 really well. I don't know if I'd run I mean, maybe M85. I don't know about 385. Then again, 385 might work. I gotta think about that a little more. Drawn Sword, Destructive Weather. Destructive Weather. Destructive Weather is great. You know, we get a whole new layout of the land afterwards. The amount of branches and moss that I was slipping on after that one night. Yeah, that was crazy. Drawn Sword. My bad. Oh, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. What's going on, Rob? What's going on, Rob? What's going on over there? M85 Mirage. Yeah, you know what? It. The thing is, you're weight maxing, but then somebody, I think it was Z. Z was broken down. Z was breaking down something about. How do I explain it? Something about. I don't know how to explain it. It's a certain setup for like absorbing impact that has to deal with ratchets. I gotta ask him again. But I don't know. He hasn't been around in a while, but I think he was at the last tournament. I just wasn't there at the Halloween one. Smoking that tree. M85 Rhino. M85 Rhino actually sound well. Not just any Rhino. Your particular Rhino. I would say that your particular Rhino has to be good. Um. Yep. Yep. What's going on, Adri? Are you getting? Oh, you're on break. Getting pho. What kind of pho? That was in a. I was actually in another. It was in a Twitch stream, and somebody was. We were all grabbing food and watching the stream. It was a Silk Song stream, and then I forget the name of the person, but they were in the chat talking about. I'm just watching you die while I'm eating some pho. This vegetable broth is really good. But what kind of broth are you getting right now? What's going on there? So Rob, what's going on here? I'm just grabbing this coffee that's spilling all over the place, and I'm, waiting for it to cool down so I don't burn myself. I normally wake up at 7, And then I kept going back to bed. I was like, man, I ain't got to work today. Fuck that. Kept going back to bed. I woke up at like 10:40 something. And then I just went and like cooked some eggs for the house, put some laundry in. I was taking my sweet time. You know what I'm saying? Washed up, did all the essential stuff as a human being. Then I was like, I'm gonna take my sweet time this morning, grab coffee. I walked past a dude who was raking these leaves at this apartment building. I said, man, they about to knock this shit down. He said, man, whatever the new owners do, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they want to do with these buildings, because that shit been closed down for a while. They had like 5 families in that building, 5 to 6 families in that building, different aged kids just kind of hanging out. And a lot of their parents were like former users, if not former addicts, you know what I'm saying? But they seem to be finally getting a grip on life, and the fact that the house is being, or the apartment complex is being taken away kind of sucks. But that's life, man. Unfortunately, M85 Mando. Oh my bad. Troll King Mirage Clock Tower. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Clock has a lot of, and it's brand new, so there's a lot of ways you can build around it. Like I'm just seeing, I've been checking out the different chats in the Discord, and I'm noticing like people are kind of having different epiphanies and stuff. Obviously, from tournament gameplay, playing at home is one thing, but when you have the tournament gameplay, there's very few people. There's very few people that can do stuff at the house and then take it to a tournament and win with what they've been practicing. Very few people. And obviously, you guys know like Letherium is one of them. Like they'll place top 5, top 8 with stuff that they tested at the house, and then they'll bring it to a tournament and fuck people up because I forget what it was, bro. It was some the goofiest build ever. It was like Rock Leone on like a gear baller. No, was it gear baller? Some weird shit like gear. I forget exactly what it was. That was ridiculous. I got a new Rhino. My old one was, oh no, from the constant fighting. It corroded from the constant fighting. Damn. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I gotta look at my night meal because I have a second one. I just haven't waited, and I hope that my second one, and this is the one that I bought like end of August. Remember, I made that last order for purchases at the end of August. I hope that one's a little heavier because that's gonna replace the one I have in due time. I mean, I've never heard of a night meal breaking. You know what I mean? I've never heard of that. Mill corrosion makes it heavier. It is just seasoned. So you have a seasoned rhino. He's a salty rhino. Salty rhino horn. Check this out. Salty rhino horn sounds like a dish that's illegal because, like, aren't you not supposed to poach those things? I don't think you're supposed to poach the rhinos. But salty rhino horn, you might have a poached blade. That's what it is. A poached blade. That's what we'll start calling them. Any illegal sounding blade is poached. And yeah, W pho. I haven't like sat down and had pho in a while, like at a spot. Adrian, if you're still there, I think the last time I had pho was probably with you. I think we went to go get some pho down south. Like I don't know if you remember. I mean, you know the restaurant better than I do, but I feel like that was the last time I could be lying. Could be lying because there's a spot next to my teriyaki joint where I got pho at. What's the question of the day, yo? It's cut off on my end. Oh, let me drag it. Can you tap it? It's basically what's your favorite type of weather? Let me try something. Oh, why is it so? It is like minimized. Let me see if I could. What's your favorite type of weather? Basically, I don't know why. Let me see if I can fix this. No, it's still cut off, huh? It just says, "What's your favorite type of dot dot dot?" Yeah, fuck it. What's your favorite type of weather? I could have just wrote, "What's your fave weather?" and that would have been shortened because I had to minimize it. Pho sounds so good right now. I like pork broth with veal and brisket. Yeah, man. No, there's a spot next to this one of my favorite teriyaki joints at my old workplace, and they have 20 or 24 style pho menu, and it's just like different forms. If you want brisket, if you want just straight up the meat, if you want the bone attached to the particular whatever, you know what I'm saying. And then if you want the bone broth, and then it's just all different variations of it, which is kind of crazy. So if you wanted brisket and then the egg, brisket, egg, and then the piece of meat, and then if you wanted chicken and beef, or if you wanted to add a pork, you know what I'm saying. Like there's so many different forms. But realistically, you could just go up there and ask them. Just be like, "Can I just have these 2 things, these 3 things?" So, and it's very mom and pop joint kind of place. So there's a different level of like care that it's not like the fanciest place, but there's a different level of care that they put into it. I like mom and pop places because I just get a chance to talk to the people straight up. But these people, man, you could tell that like their English isn't that great, but I love it because it's like I can't really speak to them, but they communicate through food, if that makes sense. Not to be cliche and corny, but that's really what they do. Might have to cheat on lobster rolls for pho. The thing is, I talked to Hyan, and if Hyan's in the chat, shout out to you, man, because he takes care of us, and I finally got my 12th roll. But the whole point I'm saying is like I've talked to him about like, man, like he knows that whole block, the whole block has some of the best food. Like Melon, if you ever go to what the fuck is that shit called? Bruh, what is this shit called? It's Jufeng Noodle House. Jufeng Noodle House, which is 2 doors down from the lobster roll place, and then next to that is Szechuan noodle. They only take cash. You can get some Szechuan Chinese noodles, some authentic shit, and they only take cash. It's like the best. Like in the wintertime when it gets really cold, we're gonna get some Szechuan noodles one day. That's like the best shit to have in the winter. They only take cash. And then Jufeng Noodle House with the red door next to it. Um, I know the waitress. Her name is Wen, and she's one of the nicest people. But she takes care of me all the time. But I was asking her like when I first went there, I was like, "How big are the plate portions?" She's like, "Oh, it's like this much." She pulled the plate out. That shit was hella big. I was like, "You told me it was less than this." She's like, "Oh, my bad. I guess it's more." But for the price, it's crazy. It's like last time I've seen that was probably what is that place called, man? There used to be there used to be a Chinese restaurant. It was a mom and it was like how to explain it? It was like a cougar lady and then her mom. So it was like a grandma and a mom, and they were over there, and they would give me like big old plates of chow mein and fried rice, $10 each, $10 each, bruh. So I'm spending $20 on a giant plate of fried rice and a giant plate of chow mein, just two fucking giant plates for $10 each. I would kill both of them, and then they would be speaking Chinese in the background, either Mandarin or whatever. And then the mom would come up to me, it's like my mom likes you because you finish everything on the plate. I was like, that's how I was raised. He was like, man, keep coming back and cleaning these plates. I was like, I'll be back here all the time. I forgot the name of that shit. It was like something whatever. But now they have a 2.0, which is funny. My bad. Melon goes Mars, no, and then no NTR. What is NTR? Wait, I don't know my acronyms. And then Avery, why not both? That's the thing. Avery is like, I don't know. It's tricky because I don't know, man. With pho, there's so many options too. Well, I guess you're saying why not both for different restaurants, but like when I'm thinking back to the pho, it's like I try to keep it simple, but then I forget sometimes you could just throw all different types of shit in there. Because I am a small man, not a lot of room for 2 dinners. That makes sense. Just eat one for that's true. Have one for lunch. Excuse me, my bad. Why do you hurt me? It's pho season. Pho season is I guess it is now till and in Seattle it'd be like till March. I'm gonna say March. You're killing me. I ain't telling what. Okay, I don't need to know. I don't need to know. Mars have one as an appetizer and pho for the entree. Man, that's gonna be a lot of food. I ain't gonna lie. Like, actually, you could do like lobster roll for lunch, and then grab pho for dinner. Pho for dinner is probably the best bet because it's like it'll keep you, especially this time of year, and season. I guess just simple season. Pho season as always. Yeah, I know people who like will sit there and have pho in the summertime. I'm like, I don't know about that because but at certain Vietnamese restaurants, they have these really good rice dishes that come with like a fried egg. Those are pretty good too. Oh, looking for the ball. Here left. I think he found it. Yeah. Here's an idea: pho combined with instant noodles, Ichiban to be exact. Ichiban, man. Okay, where was I at? I was in. You guys gotta follow Cider Taco because Cider Taco streams video games. They're probably gonna be doing Hollow Knight tonight, if not tomorrow night. But the thing about it is, someone in the chat was bringing up Ichiban noodles, and I was like, bro, the fact that I live in Seattle and the fact that we get all the imported noodles and foods, Ichiban noodles is the truth. People don't realize that shit. I grew up on the packs of noodles from Maruchan and the top ramen shit. And I'm like, when I finally got Ichiban noodles, they're like, I think at the time, I don't know about now. At the time they were like 50 cents more per pack. So I was like, damn, this is gonna cost in the long run. But we started cooking that shit. The seasoning packets in there were a whole lot better. If you boil an egg, throw it in there. Cause like I'm the type of person I'll boil an egg And then when the water starts boiling, you wait about 5-7 minutes to pull the egg out, then throw the noodles on top of what water was boiling, and then you know what I'm saying, just start working from there. I'm also the type of person that I will cook my noodles at the house in the pot, right? I'll cook them with lemon or lime sauce to the point where the water starts evaporating. You know what I'm saying? And once it starts evaporating, it starts turning to like a chow mein. If you don't have lemon and lime, you can use Sprite. People forget that you can use Sprite and shit like that, or Starry. My bad. Um, Mars is starving right now. Mars, you better get your cereal. Get your cereal. Adri, did you finish, or how long was your break? How much food did you get as well? And Mylan goes, Mars, I will DoorDash you 20 pizzas. Mars, take the offer. It's 20 pizzas. And he does have money. He actually does have money. You know, this man got in it. This guy, he be winning card tournaments, man. They're paying him. He's Seto Kaiba basically. Oh damn. I was thinking about this the other day because I was like, Junester is low key Seto Kaiba because I think he said he had 3 businesses that he sold. He started 3 businesses, sold them, and then that's how he has a decent amount of money coming in because he's kind of an entrepreneur. I was like, he's low key Seto Kaiba of Beyblade right now. He's really just a businessman that just enjoys life. But he just hangs out with everyone, man. I remember when he was driving me to Tacoma from Pacific, and we were just hanging out the whole time. It was just a vibe, and he just hangs out with everyone. He just spends time with everyone and just grabs food with them and shit. He having a blast, man. He's pretty much in every. He's kind of like me, where he just tries to explore every community or every facet of the Beyblade stuff, which is dope. I do. I spent. Oh my bad. I spent 400 on a Grand Archive deck. Damn. Damn. Yeah. Sheesh. Well, okay. Okay? Do you think the 400 is worth it? Are you like winning tournaments now, or like the casual plays and stuff? Because I don't know much about it. I remember like back in the day with Yu-Gi-Oh, there were certain builds that would it's crazy. I sat on this bench. There was like hella rainwater. I'm mad as fuck. But anyway, in Yu-Gi-Oh, there were certain cards you had. I had this card. It was this blue dude doing a handstand on top of a paper plane. His name is Kotetsu, and I used to fuck people up with it. But come to find out, he was a 3-star I mean, he was a 3 monster sacrifice, and yeah, it's like if I didn't get a chance to play my god card, I would play Kotetsu and I'd fuck people up. There's certain cards like that I just found, and that was like from a pack that my mom bought me. Like we randomly bought some shit at a Pike Place Market because they had a little card store there. She bought me that shit, and I opened it. I was like, "What is this? Why does this card have like 10, 11 stars on it? That's like 3 sacrifices." And it was kind of good. I don't know about like now. Like there's probably ways to counter it. I'm pretty sure Tempest and like what's her name, Balm, know a little better. Um, did have money. I'll win a couple more now. I feel like you were winning before, so I feel like you're going to be winning a lot more now. James, do you think Mel will smoke the furries out bowling next? I feel like he will. I have a feeling that he will. Well, is Gameblade going too? How's it going? No, it's okay. No worries. That's all right. No worries. All right. Yeah. Do you think Mel will smoke the? Oh yeah, I think Mel probably will smoke the furries. Well, here's the thing: are the furries bowling as furries? Are they in their suits? Will they be bowling in their suits? Because then the thing is, if they're bowling in their suits, we don't know which of the furries are hella jacked. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a furry in there that's like gonna be fully suited, that's actually jacked, and you just can't tell. And they're gonna be built like fucking what's that dude's name? Colonel Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist and shit. And you just won't know. And it'll be like a furry with like a dainty voice, but he's hella built. Trying to get Gameblade, Nick Mike. Gameblade probably, bro. He's the type of person he'll like mess around in the beginning, and then he'll laugh at it like, oh damn, that sucks, I messed up, and then after a while he'll just start figuring it out, and then just start smoking people. Cause man, and his final battle against June, they were going Wizard Rod for Wizard Rod, and then June was like, hold on, I'll be right back. He grabbed like he went backwards, grabbed like a different winder, and then Gameblade took off his jacket and he got in a stance, and then he just smoked him with his Wizard Rod. That shit was crazy. I was like, bro, they just lock in sometimes. Oh, my bad. I almost did last time, but we got cut off. Oh, they cut off the. Oh, it's probably like a time period. I forgot because you have like a time period allotted. for the rentals and stuff. Trying to get game. Oh yeah, I read that already. You just described my friend Fritter, a buff furry. Is he okay? But is he a buff furry with like a dainty voice? Because like you got some people like that. We used to have this one kid in elementary. Shout out to this dude, man. Shout out to Marcel. He was like this motherfucker was damn near 6 foot in elementary. He was big as shit, balls, and he was kind of he talked with like a speech impediment, but it was a little. He was also a little sassy. Come to find out, I think he was actually gay in the long run. But he was like people would always try to mess with him, but he'd be knocking him the fuck out. He'd be strong as shit. It's always them big kids that be having like the soft spoken voices, man. Like, he was a good friend of mine, but they found damn, it's a fly, get out of here. And then yeah, they tried to fuck with him, and he would just be swinging on people. That shit was funny as hell. Like, don't fuck with him, man. He just talk like that. That don't mean he's not gonna hurt you. Yes, he is so soft spoken. That makes sense. That's the thing too. Is like when you're at a certain when you're my height, you always gotta defend yourself. It's fucked up. But like people who are like 5'10" and up, no one people naturally don't fuck with them. So then they just kind of like they're having a ball up there. People 5'10" and up, they're having a ball up there. What's the weather like up there, man? Less cloudy. The fuck? You guys are living the life because nobody naturally fucks with them. It's funny as hell. I was walking past one of the it's not rehab, but it's like AA and NA meetings. And there's this one guy I know. He's an athlete. He did basketball and boxing. And this dude's like this motherfucker like 6'8", and then he'd be saying shit like yeah, these people don't want to fuck with me. I was like, bro, you see how tall you are? People naturally are not gonna fuck with you. They don't want to try that shit. People might shoot you. Unfortunately, that sucks. But they're not naturally gonna mess with someone that tall. They don't want to risk it. There's too much reach. Too much reach to deal with. You are a rabbit chihuahua. I feel like there is a you know what? I've never seen an all white chihuahua. Now I think about it, I know they exist. I think about it. I'm thinking of like a white rabbit, but never mind. There's brown bunny rabbits too. There's gray ones also. Is there a gray chihuahua? Do gray chihuahuas exist? That's gonna be the next question. Here, let's do this. We're gonna put a new question up. What different colored chihuahuas have you seen? All right, here we go. What different colored chihuahua? How the fuck do I spell chihuahua? Chihuahua. There we go. Have you seen before? That's a long ass question. All right. What different colored chihuahuas have you seen before? I've only seen one, I think. I've seen like a red pincer, red schnauzer, whatever you call those. Oh shit! I gotta put this in the corner. All right, let's try that. Wait, he thinks that people are going to try him. That's what I'm saying. It's like the dude is. Oh, you're out, Rob. All right. Beverly Hills Chihuahua. I've seen a gray pit bull boxer before. Yeah, a gray. I think I've seen that too. Yeah, there's a dude who's like 6'6", 6'8", and this is my guy, and like I think he talks. I mean, but he's naturally on point. But it's like he thinks that people will be wanting to try him, and I'm like, I don't think no one's gonna try you at 6'8", bro. I don't think anyone's gonna try to fight you at that height. I don't know anyone that will. We did have a kid. What's it called? There's this one kid that. Oh no, she. Excuse me, she. So how do I explain this? When I became a first grader, I went to this. It's like they call it spectrum class, where it's like 2 grades in the same class, and it's like the spectrum class would give you so if you're a first grader, they would give you second grade assignments by the end of the year, and if you were in second grade, they give you third grade assignments at the end of the year to kind of just prepare you for the next grade, obviously. So, but you're always around people of like either younger than you or older than you, so you always had like a different spectrum of like uh, teachings and curriculum that was being taught. Um, the naked chihuahuas with the derpy tongues are something else. Yeah, no, the hairless ones. The hairless ones. Yeah, the hairless dogs. I don't know what those are called. I guess they still are chihuahuas to some degree. But so there was this one girl. She was a second grader that was in that class before I got there, and she became a third grader. And I remember when she came back to visit her old teacher, who was my new teacher. They stood next to each other, and they were the same fucking height. So I'm like, what the? And I started looking back at time. I was like, hold on, because I went back to go visit my teacher. I've been the same height since middle school, so I was like 5'5". She's about 5'5", 5'6". So you're telling me that this third grader was 5'6"? She was like 5'6", 5'7". She capped out at around 6 foot, 6'1". in like middle school, but she was 5'6" in the third grade. It's fucking crazy. Sholo dogs. I've heard about Sholo dogs. I gotta look that up again. Are they like the hairless ones? Is that the one you're talking about? This is hilarious, but I have friends his height and constantly tell me that people his size always size him up, but not the regular civilians. That's the thing is like when big people, whether they're taller, like they're just like football size, like wide and shit, when they see each other, sometimes they size each other up, or sometimes they kind of just like they just kind of give each other the nod, like, oh yeah, we in the house together, we out here together. But sometimes they just size each other up because it's rare that you get it, because it's just regular what do you call this, masculinity and testosterone. That shit really kicks in. You'd only really know if you had a pair of nuts, man. Like you start seeing another person, you just naturally size them up. Because I'm that same way where like I don't care how tall the person is, but then again, I've just been the same height my whole life, so I naturally, if I'm next to someone, I'll size them up, and I'll even like just study certain mannerisms just to see if I could really fuck them up. I mean, that's just naturally how I am, but also like the fact that I come from like the training background, so I guess I have that. But I don't like wish them ill will. I don't wish negativity towards them, but I can't help but size people up all the time. But it's just funny when I see like tall people size people up smaller than them. I'm like, you're good. They're more worried about you than you are about them. But anyway, somehow small dogs like that can live 20 plus years. It's funny because you're actually right because those big ass like Great Danes and shit, the Great Danes, like the Scooby Doo dogs, apparently they die quick, which is sad. Like those really big ones. And then I forgot there's a name of another one that's kind of like that, where they're really tall and big and shit. It's like oh no, sorry, not the tall one, but the what is it? It's like a like not the masses, but like the Tibetan mastiff, like the big fluffy kind of ones. Like those don't live that long either because after a while, it's like the dog's bones are trying to carry a lot of extra fat and weight that it was carrying around for like the old muscle that it had in its younger days, and it's just like it's kind of dragging shit around. But yeah, those small dogs they live a long time, man, which is really cool. Saint Bernard, yeah, shit like Saint Bernards and stuff. They have like a short life, which is I mean that's what I've heard. I've never like grew up with a Saint Bernard, but from people I know, they'd be like, yeah, these big dogs sometimes, man, yeah, 15 at the most, sometimes 15 years at the most, which is interesting. That's what I love about or Irish wolfhounds. Interesting. I gotta look that up now too. There's a but this is why I love pit bulls because there's something about the actual bone structure mixed with the muscle mass. They're able to retain a bit of it as they get a little older because depending on how you feed them and what you feed them, it's like some of them have lived to be about 20 years. But again, that's just my expertise off of being raised around them. And then one of my friends said his cousin, funny enough, his cousin used to just feed the dog just like fucking corner store food. Like they'd get chicken at the store and just feed this guy just fried chicken and like random salads and shit. And that dude lived to be like 20 years old, which is funny as hell. I don't think it's healthy, but food was being cooked differently at the time, which is funny as hell. My bad. Uh, exactly. They size them up because it's not common to see another 6'8" person. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird kind of thing. Used to be a dog person until I adopted a cat by accident. You're more of a cat person now? Yeah, I understand that though. Cats are pretty chill. I like both, but I feel like I get along. I feel like I myself am more like a dog person because I like meeting people and then I like being left alone at some point. So I like meeting people for the first time, and then like after a while I'm just like, all right, cool, I just want to be left alone. And then some dogs are kind of like that, or some dogs just seek attention. I'm not really the attention seeking dog as a person, but then cats are hella sassy. Like, oh, I exist here. Oh, you guys have to feed me. You know what I mean? It's just funny as hell. My parents, Vislas are dope dogs. Just turned 7. She should have a good few years left. And they're like sleek and they have that lean muscle build to them, which is really good. I'm pretty sure that dog is fast as hell. I'm pretty sure that dog can catch the mailman before the mailman gets a chance to run. Like that's how quick and very responsive those dogs are. Like they're very alert to their surroundings and stuff. Alert and what's the other word I'm looking for? Like very family companion like or whatever. I don't know if that's the right word. Beautiful and fast. Yeah, beautiful and fast. That's the best way to describe them. They're kind of like greyhounds to some degree, but greyhounds are built a little differently with like longer legs and shit. I think so. Taking care of a cat is a completely different experience. They are so picky and sassy. I know it's just funny how that works. My cousin's old cats were like that. My cousin had a cat, but it's more of my uncle's cat because this guy Sammy, he used to my uncle used to just sleep on the couch at the house because he's like or I'm like him in the sense that he just wakes up. He doesn't use an alarm clock. He's never used an alarm clock. He just wakes up at 4 every morning, and then he goes to work. And he would just sleep on the couch with his cat. So the cat would just be at the foot of the couch and just be sitting there, which is crazy. And like, there's times where like the cat would chase the Rottweiler around the house. Rottweiler is big as shit. This small little, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like the black and gray cats would just fuck him up or fuck her up because the Rottweiler's a girl and just chase her around the house. And then he'd be like petting the cat, like, Sammy, you gotta chill, man. You know, you've been the man of the house for a long time, but we got other pets in here now. You gotta chill. Imagine instead of melon, my name was Felon, and instead of launching bays, I launched nukes and drank cough syrup for highs. You know, I mean, but see, you could do it right now and then find out if that's for you. You know what I mean? I'm not denying you what you might be destined to do. Because what if it works out for you? You know what I mean? It might work. You never know. It might work out for you. So I don't want to deny you of that. But cats are very independent, unlike dogs, which makes it easier to care for them. Yeah. You know what's crazy about cats, and this is kind of because a lot of them cats naturally kill for sport. They don't necessarily kill to eat. So it's like you'll see them randomly like trying to smack the shit out of birds in the sky or in trees, and then like when they find a rat or like a what do you call this, like a mouse or something out in the street, they'll eat and then they'll come home and still expect more food to eat. Like, yeah, I just had a little rat snack, but I want those little kibbles and bits joints or whatever the fuck. Fiskars, I want them Fiskars. But no, the cat's intelligence, they know, man. There's a different type of dominance and reflexes that they kind of carry to themselves. Obviously, they're like smaller versions of the big cats. I mean, so they still have those instincts, if you will. I mean, dogs are like that. Dogs still have those wolf-like instincts, right? Dogs still have those wolf-like kind of pack. They're pack animals, I guess you would say. So they have the pack animal instincts, and you have to conduct yourself as a leader. Some people just are very carefree with having them in the house, and that's where like a lot of that when the dogs start testing them, they start realizing, man, I'm the most defensive, respectful person in this house. People shouldn't mess with me. That's when dogs start finding out that they're like the more dominant force in the house. Like, yeah, the house is protected because of me, not you guys. You guys just feed me. So dogs start really learning their place in certain what do you call this, settings. It's interesting how that works. Vizslas are pointer retrievers. Interesting. Greyhounds are sight hounds. That makes sense, actually. Actually, that makes sense. Pointer retrievers makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I remember when I was trying to get a dog for the house. I don't know if my landlord will allow us, but um, I remember like looking into Vizslas. I couldn't find one or like a breeder or something nearby. But I was like, that's probably good for like because we're in like a duplex. That's like an apartment. And I was like, we don't have much space, and they don't have much space to move around. They do have a backyard, kind of, that they can run around in our backyard, but it's not going to be, you know, it wouldn't be like if someone had a whole backyard and I think could just train him there and get his legs moving and stretch out. Also, it wouldn't make sense to get a big dog in our house. We just don't have much space, you know. But I'm surprised it's this dry. I mean, I guess it rained overnight a little bit, which I can tell. Look at my crow up here just chilling. Look at this dude just chilling. Always watching over me, looking for them snacks. What's good? Got nothing for you. I got them egg whites. Usually did. Not today. I was spoiling these guys with egg whites one of these days. The lady was asking too, was like, no sandwiches today? I was like, nah, not today. 1 second. You know what's crazy? All I did was post some videos from yesterday, but also I sent a couple people some messages just in the most recent 12, 24 hour span. The amount of fire emojis I've been getting hit with in the past 12, 24 hours is ridiculous. Like every time I swipe down on my notifications and I look for who sent me a message, it's just fire. It's just fire emojis. I'm like, damn, what the hell? Might have to read my horoscope, see what's going on here. Is it fire week? No, let me not say that. That sounds bad. I don't want to predict that because we got too many dry leaves out here. You know, I want to get a Vizsla mostly as a pet. But service task would be nice extra. Anywho, you got to go eat. Yeah, get some food. Yeah, get some food and Adri. Hopefully your work shift is good. Hopefully everything is good. over there. I'm gonna start walking towards yeah, where I need to go in a second. In a couple of minutes here, I'm gonna start walking. My cat used to leave mouse bodies in the house. That's fire. That's fire. It'll leaving a sign too, like don't come around here. I eat those mouses. You ever seen that video? It's funny. There's a video where all right, Mars and Adri, if you're leaving too. All right. There's a video of a cat that cornered a rat, and that thing was like having a panic attack, and he just started crunching his whole body up, bit his head off, all this shit. He started eating the whole body, and then he spit out the little shit bag because they have little rats have like the little, not livers, but I forget what it's called, the little shit bags and stuff. The goddamn, I don't even know the name of it. Wherever the dookie goes in our bodies, the rats have them too. But the cat spit that out. He ate the whole thing whole. Like this is on YouTube, you can find it. And the other one that they have is like there's I want to say a hawk. A hawk takes up a little rat, picks it up, goes to a camera. No, not that. It's like the little. It's where the shit in the body gets processed before it becomes dookie. Large intestines, I guess it would be. Is that right? It's something like that. It's like the bag though. You know what I mean? And it's like it gets processed and other things get digested, and then it shoots the dookie out after it gets all the nutrients and stuff. It's basically that bag, but the cat was like, whoop, spit it out. You know how we eat like fruit and then we spit out the seed and shit? Like the cat knew how to do that. It was funny as hell. But he ate that thing whole. Ate that motherfucker whole. I was like, damn. And there's one with a hawk. The hawk takes it. You could find this shit on YouTube, and it'll just ask you like, this is might have inappropriate whatever. Do you still want to watch? And you just click OK. But there's one where a hawk like lands in front of it's like a freeway camera. It's a camera that's on like a freeway or a highway, and he lands on the post next to it, places the rat down, starts ripping everything out, rips the head off first, bop, starts eating it, and starts ripping through the gut slowly. It's either a hawk or just some random bird. That shit was funny though. I don't know why it was funny to me. Like it was, I was watching so much like just regular, normal, like nice, kid shit on YouTube, and then I went to that, and I was like, damn, I forgot Nature's Metal, man. It kind of got to me a little bit. It was dope. It was dope. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get them moving a bit. What different? Oh, I forgot. I had the Q&A over here. I gotta go at an angle now. Yeah, man. It's very interesting, man. If you find it's just funny. It's just like cat kills or eats a rat or some shit like that, and then the other one is like hawk eats a. Just that's all you gotta look up. Hawk eats a rat on a freeway or something like that. But then when you watch it, like, cause you always see this shit, you always hear about it, excuse me, but you don't really see it in action, and you forget that, like, yeah, even these household pets and these regular birds you might see, this is just how they handle business, And rats, they naturally multiply to a certain degree that's very, like, very fast. They multiply so fast, and it's almost like a weird nature thing to kind of regulate itself. Like, yeah, we keep this shit at bay. You don't really need rat traps, I guess, but you know, time to get ready to leave. Catch you later. All right, man. Take it easy. Take it easy out there, man. It's a good day to get out and get some sun if you're able to move around outside. Yeah, I'm getting my move on too right now. Good to sit out here for a little bit. But yeah, it was kind of refreshing for me, I guess. Sounds weird. That's why you have to get rid of them. Well, I guess like my other thing was the way us as humans we build these kind of we build these housing structures that they themselves are almost like caves to rats. Like rats can't wait to get in our yards, if not find a way to get inside the house to get a level of warmth and exploration. You know what I mean? Because I grew up with rats in my house, my old house that I grew up in, and when they have a place like that, they can incubate themselves and keep multiplying faster. If we were more integrated into nature, the level of rats would be like less, if that makes sense. Because they would just be out in the open. You know what I mean? They would just be out in the open. It would just be You know, it's bird season. Like the birds would just be eating. Like once those little baby birds in the spring learn how to fly, by summertime all those rats are getting snatched up. He's like, yeah, the parents taught me how to snatch these up. And even that, it's funny because my old job, I used to work at this hospital. There was these crows that lived across the street. One of the babies was trying to learn how to fly. It got stuck on like the second floor roof. The second floor roof was connected to a bridge. So when we would walk the bridge to the other towers, we'd see this little baby crow just out there. And the thing is like, hey, with crows, you don't touch them. So you don't open the window and try to pet them and all this stupid shit. Just leave food for them. You know, the food would make them a little bigger and stronger. But the parents would just perch up on the rooftops and watch him, make sure he was doing all right. But little shit like that, like, you know, we've built these structures that probably get in the way more or less naturally. Excuse me, that more or less get in the way of what they're naturally, how they're naturally supposed to build themselves. Because in real life, he would have just been left on the ground somewhere in nature, and somebody would just snatch him up. A raccoon would have just snatched the baby up and just ate him. You know, in real life, I'm just, you know, not to make it too graphic, but yeah, I never thought of that. If we immerse ourselves in the nature, we would see less rats. That makes sense, because they would get taken care of. They don't have nowhere to run, you know. Like even if you were to say like, oh, here's an old deciduous tree log, like a broken up tree log or something, you know, you find that tree log, even like little, oh, I'll show you like this, like these little stones, like rats will make crevices in there, find a way to get in there, stones in the moss and shit, you know. But see, like the way that that's structured, you can tell that that's like not natural, you know, that's not natural. So it has little holes in it that they would try to puncture and find it, and they would create their little own caves in there. You know what I mean? This is like man-made, you know what I mean? It's beautiful because it's somebody's yard, but it's man-made to the point where all the man-made stuff, rats will sit there and try to find a crevice and create a home out of. I mean, that's the theory at least. You know, I've never really lived in nature, but when you think about it, when you're in nature, you don't see rats. If anything, you'll see like everything else. And there's an abundance of birds. So there, abundance of birds will see everything like 360. They get to see every little moving thing. They know when to swoop in and snatch that thing up, which is funny. But yeah. Oh yeah, I read that already. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. And when we get visited by a lot of raccoons, I feel like the raccoons have been I don't know if they're the ones killing the rats or the cats in the neighborhood. Because there's this one house up the alleyway. This fucking how do I explain this? One of the neighbors, I don't know if they still live there, but his wife has a cat, and they'd be roaming the neighborhood sometimes, just fucking shit up. And I remember we had this one cat that died in our walkway. You know, we had to bury him nearby at the house next door. But I think the neighborhood cats now are they're just fucking up these rats. They're leaving rat bodies in the area. This shit's crazy as a sign. They don't fuck with this area, bro. Get out of here. You know? Because they do shit like that. The thing is, I've talked with the birds in my area. You know, my crows visit me. My crows visit our yard because we leave food for them on the fences and stuff sometimes. And it's funny because they'll be sitting there trying to bully the squirrels. I be yelling at them straight up, like, man, hey man, there's enough food for everybody. Don't be bullying them. You guys are right there in the open. Because the thing is, in our fence, we have a section that's like in between the houses. So because you're in between houses, you have there's no vantage points for birds. So the squirrels usually stay on that side of the fence. They eat because there's a wall to your left, there's a wall to your right. You can eat peacefully, you can take your food and go. The birds, they can eat out in the open because they, you know, if anything strikes them, they could just fly away in the open and then find some ground or some cover, like a hawk comes after them or something. But the squirrels, they're a little more, you know, they're more at risk. So they kind of like especially if you go to the park, if you start throwing like peanuts and almonds at a squirrel at the park, you'll realize you got to go closer to the tree. You can't be far away from the tree. If you're out in the open, they won't come to your hand. So I'll have some shit in my hand. I'll go up to the tree. The squirrels will eat, and then they'll eat from my hand next to the tree because there's something that's to their back. Does that make sense? It's like if you were to sit in the back of the bus, you have something to your back. You have your back against the wall, and so you can see everything in front of you. That's what the squirrels need. They need to see everything in front of them while they're vulnerably eating. And then birds, they have like a more 360 kind of vision. You know, eyes being on the side of their head type shit. So you know, anyway, I say all this to say, like, I have a connection with the birds in my area where I'm like, stop fucking with these squirrels, you guys are all getting food. Like we're giving you guys free food here. Like I'd be having to tell them. I have a good connection with them, and they're pretty nice about it. So I know it's not them that are killing these random rodents. But if they are killing the bird, I mean, I'm sorry, if the birds are killing the rats, I'm okay with that. Like as long as they don't fuck with the squirrels, because the squirrel family is starting to get smaller in the area. They start chopping down trees and shit. There's not much you can do about that. Makes sense, yeah. So that's my main worry, because the birds, they'll always find a new kind of like higher area to make a new nest at. You know, they'll always find some new spot up top. Squirrels is kind of, at least the city squirrels, they'll find these like wires to run across. You know, then they'll run to the next tree, to the next block. So yeah. But actually, you know, where you live at, Big Task, do you guys have a decent amount of nature or like trees in your area? Because you know, I visited the East Coast, and you know, some of the major cities on the East Coast, they don't have much trees in the city. If they do, it's a really small tree, like those skinny trees. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say it's good or bad. It's just I'm so used to being surrounded by trees and water from east to west. You know, you're in New York. Goddamn, yeah. See, when I was in NYC, man, yeah, you got to come out here. Come to the Pacific Northwest. Just come to Seattle one time. You're gonna see the amount of trees that we have. It's like we're naturally, even though we are city people, we're naturally integrated with nature to some degree, which is really nice. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. I like New York City. That's my pace. But it's just the lack of nature. Like you got to go to Central Park and shit. That's about it though. What borough are you in? I always said my neighborhood. I could be lying, but I feel like my neighborhood is the West Coast Harlem. It always felt that way, you know. Yeah, Manhattan. Yeah, Manhattan was nice, man. I can't remember the name of the hotel I was at. It was like the Yorker or something funny like that. I forgot the name, but I was diagonally across from MSG. Stayed in Manhattan. First night, I went and grabbed me some. Damn, I forgot the name of that joint. But I got me a fucking New York pizza. I got 2 slices. That shit big as hell. 2 giant New York slices. I wasn't ready for that. I just caught the train up like 5 blocks. I'm like, damn, that was on like 5, 6 blocks. But this is a New York block. That's big as hell. Pause. Then my next morning, went to the Bronx. I think the next morning after that, we went to Midtown. Oh yeah, that was Midtown. You're right. And then the next morning, we ended up going to, what was it, bruh? Kind of went through. Forgot that area. But we went to a lot of spots, like you know, parts of Brooklyn. We went to Ellis Island, Liberty Island. Did the little tour there, you know, and then we did some trips through Brooklyn. We walked the bridge. Then we went to this one spot after crossing the bridge. Caught the train, did a little quick trip. It was kind of near Columbia, near the Columbia College. Everyone avoids the Bronx. I love the Bronx, man. I ain't gonna lie. When I was there, I loved it. It was kind of up my alley. But that's what I say. I was like, the neighborhood I grew up in was kind of like the West Coast Harlem. But we went to Harlem. That felt a little more on point, if I'm honest. At least the part I was at, because we went to go get some. We got some lunch at Sylvia's. We went to get some lunch at Sylvia's over at I think they call it Lenox, but it was like MLK and whatever. I forgot the name of the street already. MLK and Lenox or something. I have a picture of it. I forgot what it was. But the place I was in the Bronx, I was on I went up to White Plains Road. That's as far as I went. White Plains Road. Had to go to 4U Fitteds, if you know what I'm talking about. Go to 4U Fitted Caps. And then I stayed in the Bronx for a little bit. Took another train over to Diallo's. So it's like the both the west and east side of the Bronx. I could be wrong. I don't know my areas like that, but you know, went underground a little bit. Went to Diallo's. Got my Mets hat at Diallo's. I got my Yankee joint, and I got a Dolphins joint for my cousin. And then after that, I went back to the hotel for a bit. Just chilled in Manhattan for a little bit, and then boom, you've been to Sylvia's is bomb, man. Sylvia's, they got it figured out. That was I ain't gonna lie, that was a lot of food. We ordered a lot because the person I was with is like, I bet when will we ever come back here? We should order as much as we can. I was like, you're about to make me eat a lot today. But no, what I was saying about Columbia was when I went to the Columbia side, Morningside Heights. There we go. Okay, interesting. Yeah, when I was down there, there's a spot. I don't know if I can't remember if it's called SoCo or something. So I know SoCo is Austin because that's south of Congress, but it's a different NoCo or some shit. I forget the area, but we went and got like a little cheesecake, small little area in that university spot. Right before Brooklyn, like south of Manhattan, right before Brooklyn type shit in that area. Got a small little cheesecake for dessert and just called it a night. And then yeah, but there's this one spot. It's a chain, but they always have the big ass pizzas. Like you probably know the name. I forgot the name, bro. My bad. And then Sylvia's. The only place I didn't get a chance to go was like Staten Island, Long Island, and Queens. But we went to damn near every other side. The thing about Harlem though is that we didn't get a chance to explore Harlem. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get a chance to go over there. We just went to damn, I forgot the name. Arvina. Hey, listen, I don't even know what those words are. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I appreciate you dropping in. Thank you for being here. I don't even know what those words are. Forgive me. But yeah, big task. I don't know if you know. I forgot the name of it, man. There's more than one though, but it's a pizza joint. It's like 4 or 5 blocks up from that one place that everybody takes pictures at. The square or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? Where they drop the ball, where the ball drops. I'm trying to remember the pizza spot. So the place where the ball drops, like the Times Square. So Times Square, right? Then I want to say you go a couple blocks north. I don't know if north is right, but you go up, and they got the pizza joint right there. Because if you go south, there's 99, or if you go a little bit, like a block or two, there's like 99-cent pizza, but it's not that one. It's not 99-cent pizza. It's like the big chain where you get the 2 big ass slices, and when you get like a soda, it's like a big old cup of soda. See, to you guys, it's probably normal, but to me, that was a lot. I wasn't ready for it. But I didn't even like that shit was crazy. But they have more than one basically. They have more than one pizzeria under this name. I just forgot the name, my guy. My bad. And all the Bronx and Harlem, that was more of my alley. Unfortunately, the more I think about it, I'm looking back like, because even this parts of Manhattan, especially at night, these kids was ready to dine and dash. Me and my girl was there. Kids dined and dashed in Manhattan. We went to some Irish restaurant. Kids dined and dashed, and they didn't pay for shit. So obviously they got pictured and flagged or whatever. Nobody took a picture of them, but the camera had the whatever. And then after that, what ended up happening was they were just outside ready to rob people because those straightaways that were like a block away from Times Square, they're just gonna run either east to west after grabbing a purse or whatever. They're gonna steal what they had to do and then just run down the street. Because those straightaways in the back streets on the side of Times Square, it's like 2 blocks long. Going horizontal. So that's what their plan was. Damn, this is embarrassing that it's not coming to mind. It's all right, man. It's all right. I feel like because it's one of those chains nobody goes to, if that makes sense. I feel like it's one of them spots that like as a tourist, I'm gonna go to, but for me, like, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to go to Red Hook. I wanted to go to Red Hook and get me a chopped cheese. I really wanted to try that shit out, but when you're like a local from New York, you probably know the better spots. And I don't know. I was just going based off the internet. That makes sense, but yeah, that energy, man, it brought me back to life. I was like, yeah, this is how I grew up around this crazy ass shit. I'm used to being the guy that's kind of cool with everybody, cool with everything, but I wasn't into no bullshit or no illegal shit. But just being around that kind of brought me back to a time that I grew up in or whatever, if that makes sense. But yeah, hey man, I'm closing in on getting to the next spot, next location, so I'll be there soon. Big task. You're gonna see me hop in. I'm gonna end up doing like another, or you'll see me do another. How's it going? Another live joint with what's it called? Another live joint with Digimon in a second. I'm gonna get myself. I'm gonna sit down and get myself set up. Excuse me. I don't recommend going to Brooklyn for a chopped cheese. because of the oh, okay, you know what? That's good to know. Because the thing is, I never had a real chopped cheese, but now I'm gonna go to Harlem for a chopped cheese. I'm gonna do my research, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Next time I go to New York, going back to Harlem for the chop. I like that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, bro. But you're gonna see me in a second. I'm gonna hit the Digimon live stream. I have no mic set up for that, so I'm gonna have to type in the chat. But hey, man, for everyone that dropped in and out, it was a good morning today. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.